Hey, Matt, it's David Hood with TigerNet. How unusual is this week? You guys usually are used to taking a Sunday off, having to practice a little bit on a Sunday and get ready for an opponent. First question is, how unusual is that, and how have you guys handled it? And then quick thoughts on Notre Dame.
Yeah, it's definitely unusual. This is the second time in my career that we practice on Sunday, the other one being playing Syracuse on a Friday. So I pushed the schedule up a little bit. So it was definitely an adjustment. Quick turnarounds are always difficult, especially for the guys that played a lot of snaps on Saturday. But I think we handled it well. I think guys came in and handled their business yesterday. So that was encouraging to see. And just moving forward, obviously we have tomorrow off, but it's critical. We have a great day of practice today and, have some great preparation. Obviously Notre Dame is a highly ranked team and they've earned that. So we have to play some really good football this weekend, but I'm confident and, really just comes back to the preparation this week.
Hey, Bach, it's Trevor from CUTigers.com. Just looking back to Saturday, how thrilling was it for you just to be a part of that historic comeback and also as an offensive line to do such a good job keeping DJ upright? He just had the one sack.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely a little reminiscent of a noon game a couple years back against Syracuse. So I've been there before, and I think everyone had a lot of confidence that we were going to pull it out. And I think that's just, a sign of a great, mature team. I think where we are as a program, we know how to win. And we know that even when we have adversity, that we still have the capability to come back. So I think we showed a lot of resolve as a team, a lot of maturity, like I said. And yeah, we did take a lot of pride in keeping DJ upright. Obviously, there was the one sack. But, all in all, we did a great job. And I think that instilled a lot of confidence in him. He didn't have to worry about the protection breaking down for him to be able to stand in there and make some of those incredible throws. So we had some great plays by the receivers as well. So definitely a team effort. And, we just got to allow DJ to be DJ. And we certainly did that. And so we just need to keep that going this week.
Hey, Matt, this is Grace Rayner with The Athletic. Sticking with DJ, I guess, what's the most impressive thing that you've seen him do in practice?
Specifically, I'm not sure, but I will say the kid has an absolute cannon. I mean, he's huge, and he's a great guy. He's, he's super even-keeled. He's kind of quiet, and I would say it was just so impressive on Saturday to see the way he handled that adversity. And we kind of had to pick the defense up a little bit in some instances, and he just stayed calm and cool the whole way. And he stepped up in a big way. As a true freshman, that's pretty hard. And for him to handle himself that way and to lead us to a victory, I think is very telling of the type of kid that he is.
Hey, Bach, it's Trevor again. You played 90 snaps against Miami and over 80 snaps in each of the last two games. That's a lot of snaps for any offensive lineman. Just what kind of condition do you have to be in to be able to withstand that and that number of snaps?
Yeah, it takes an incredible level of conditioning. And on top of that, myself and this unit, we pride ourselves on playing hard and playing to the whistle and playing the right way. And so that's another layer on top of that. So I think early on in the season, like, against Miami, for example, it's a little bit harder just because your body's not used to it. Sunday and Monday after that are not very fun, but we've gotten to this point. We've played quite a few snaps. We've had a couple games, as you said, with a high snap count. So our bodies are really getting conditioned now. We're healthy for the most part. And so, we just want to keep that going. And I think just staying on top of it and practicing hard during the week really allows you to be in that type of shape to play hard every play for the entire game. So I'm really proud of the way we've handled that, myself included. I think, early on in the season in any year, but this year, obviously, with all the unusual circumstances, we were a little concerned about our conditioning level. But as the season's progressed, I think we've done a tremendous job of maintaining that and building upon that.
Hey, Matt, it's Anna with Clemson 24/7. We hear a lot about Notre Dame's offensive front, just kind of put a lot of guys in the league, just pretty storied tradition there. I know you won't be facing them head to head, obviously, but does that give you guys any added motivation, just knowing that you are facing a highly touted offensive line?
Yeah, I mean, we always want to perform well. As you said, Notre Dame has traditionally had fantastic offensive lines, and especially as of late, putting some guys in the league and some guys that have done extremely well in the league. And I actually know quite a few of the guys on Notre Dame's offensive line, and so there's definitely some competition, maybe some bragging rights on the line. But we just want to play a clean game and play the way we know we're capable of. They're highly touted, but I think that we should be held in a high regard as well. And so it's going to be a great matchup, and really any game, especially a big game like this, is going to be physical and one in the trenches. So I'm excited for Saturday.
What have you seen from Notre Dame's front, and kind of what Clark Lee, the defensive coordinator, has liked to do schematically?
Well, I mean, they're not gonna trick you. I think there are some similarities and carryover from Boston College, but they have some great athletes, and as we do as well. So when you're able to have a high level of talent, you don't need to do as much schematically to cover up some things. They're going to get real exotic on third down, so we need to do a great job in preparation, to handle that. But they're going to play you straight up and see if you can beat them. So these are the type of games that I love to play in. I think it's a true test of the physicality, especially along the offensive line. So it's going to be a great battle. Like I said, they're highly regarded for a reason, and we need to bring our A game.
Hey, Matt, it's Mike Tirico from NB. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
From TigerIllustrated.com. You mentioned the physical demands in this type of matchup. What's your read on their two main inside guys, 95 and 41?
They play hard. I think that's the biggest thing that jumps out. They're Notre Dame defensive tackles. I mean, I think that's the best way to put it. So they're gonna get after it and be physical at the point of attack. Their ends are great athletes as well, captains of the team. So they've got a lot to work with, like I said, and it's going to come down to who executes the best and who brings the physicality.
Hey, Matt, it's Mike Tirico from NBC. Great to talk to you. I know you're a St. X kid. Did Notre Dame recruit you? Because I know that they're in that school on a pretty regular basis looking at kids. And any guys who you played with at St. X who played at Notre Dame?
So I don't think so. I don't think any of the guys that I played with ended up going to Notre Dame. Justin Hilliard was a kid that pops in my mind that he was down to Notre Dame and Ohio State. He ended up going with Ohio State. To answer your question on whether or not they recruited me, yeah, I would say so. They never did offer me. It was a school that I showed a lot of interest in. As you said, the pipeline from my high school to Notre Dame is pretty strong. And, we've sent guys there in the past who have done really well. So, it didn't really work out on their end for me, but I'm pretty glad the way things worked out and where I ended up. So I'm excited to get back there and experience the atmosphere.
Yeah, it sure has worked out well. Have you been to the stadium before?
Yeah, quite a few times. I went to games as a fan and visited numerous times as well. So I've been there.
Cool. Thanks. Wish you the best.
Thank you.
Matt, this is Matt with the State. How would you assess the offensive line play last week against Boston College?
I think we played very well. I think our pass protection was, I don't want to say flawless because there was the one sack in there. And even though the coaches didn't attribute it to the offensive line, we always want to keep the quarterback upright. But I think we did a tremendous job in the pass protection. We gave them a ton of time. I think our communication was excellent. And in the run game, I think we played well as well. And, the one criticism, I guess, was that third and one at the end of the game. We weren't able to get the 1 yard, and that's something that we need to take upon ourselves and get that fixed. But all in all, I think we did play really well. Like I was saying about Notre Dame, Boston College really wasn't going to try to confuse us. We just kind of had to put our hand in the dirt and play ball. So, we were able to communicate things and make sure we were all on the same page, especially with DJ back there, just helping him out as much as we could. So I think we played well, and it's a great game to build on moving into this week.
We have time for one more question.
Hey, Matt, Anna again. Do you anticipate teams going forward? Well, I guess just Notre Dame, speak on Notre Dame this week, but kind of loading the box to stop Travis, especially with a freshman quarterback. back there? I mean, do you feel like that you can pretty much bank on that?
You know, it's hard to say, but I mean, it's if I was a betting man, yeah, I would. I think a great example of that is this past game. Boston College, they schemed us up very well to stop the inside zone. Teams know we're an inside zone heavy team, and that's kind of our bread and butter and our staple of our offense. So the way they schemed us up with a tightly shaded nose and kind of bringing that run support safety down was very effective for them. And so I think we're probably going to see teams, take a page out of their book and maybe use that as well. But it is more challenging when they do load the box, when you have a guy like Travis Etienne and they're going to try to make our young guys step up and make plays. But Travis has still found a way to make some unbelievable plays. And just because teams are loading the box doesn't mean we should just give up on the run. I think that it's a challenge, and we need to step up to the challenge. But, it is what it is. I think that DJ was if they stacked the box, then they made him throw. Well, he threw it pretty well. So, and like I said, our receivers made some excellent plays as well. So we're lucky enough to have some unbelievable athletes on the outside to really make this a balanced offense, and we can give it to them a couple different ways, however they want it.